Okay. Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with my good friend Mark Olroyd from Suddenly Comics, and we're going to be talking about the hottest Silver Age comics of the week. It should be a pretty cool list. I try to look at different aspects of the comic book collecting hobby slash market, and sort of see what's happening with those different things. So there's a couple little patterns that I put into this list, so it should be fun. Hopefully it'll be cool. Hopefully. Okay, so let's look at the first one.
Oh my goodness, we're not having a good time here. Right.
Oh, wrong thing. Yeah. Oh, wrong thing again. There we go. So
Right.
this is the Atom issue
19.
19. That's what I thought. I always thought this was a cool cover. It's the first cover only appearance of Zatanna. It's just her floaty head. But actually, I think this one has a cool splash page of Zatanna in it, which is interesting.
Oh, we can't see that.
Yeah, well, we'd have to crack it open to see it, but
Yeah.
but this is.
I mean, I could go and spend half an hour finding it in my comic room because I do have a raw copy of this, but
I have a raw copy of it as well, actually.
well, goodness knows where it is.
Mm. So yeah, so this is, I don't know, I think it's kind of a cool magic-y cover. Um, when I collect comics, I try to do the following things. If I like a character, I try to get their first appearance, then their first cover appearance,
Yeah.
and then their first major villain, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe their first title. Those are the kind of the big things that I go after. Yeah. So this is her first cover appearance, which is kind of cool. And you said it's her second appearance overall?
I think it's her second overall appearance as well.
What does the slab thing say?
Let me have a look. Let's see if it agrees with me. It'd be helpful if it did, wouldn't it? Second appearance of Zatanna.
All right, so a bunch of cool key elements to this.
A
And if
letter,
there's
a
a
letter
ton
from
of
Marv Wolfman, presumably when he was a fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
Gil
Okay,
Kane
cool.
and Sid Green art.
Very
Gil
nice.
Kane and Murphy Anderson cover.
Oh yeah, they're a good combo.
And shave it before you start.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a really big beard type thing.
Okay, so let's see how this one fared. It was pretty affordable, actually. It's like only 100 and something.
Yeah, it's
It just,
down in value.
what was the peak?
The peak was in June 2021, so I suppose that's COVID.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember this being on the list once or twice during COVID, actually.
yeah, yeah.
And what's the price? What was the price during peak?
Well, COVID price was 321, and
Okay,
just sold for 149, so it's half.
about half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good.
Oh well, but
I
it
think
looks like,
that's a good value, I think, at 149.
yeah, I think somebody got a really good deal on this one. This one doesn't have any. It doesn't look like it has any upside though. It's just like it's like a crash and burn kind of
Well, I think it
line.
does have upside because I'm pretty sure James Gunn is going to use Zatanna.
Oh,
That's
I think so too. Yeah,
so.
I mean she is a great character. I mean, the weird thing is like Power Girl comics have been kind of rising.
Yeah,
Like they've been going up in value. I think Zatanna is as sexy and as cool of a
yeah,
character.
yeah,
So I could see, once more people realize how awesome she is, I think, she can definitely go up in value.
yeah. I think so too. Same as if we look at Marv, we got Madame Xanadu. I think she's collectible as well.
Yeah, they were going to do a show with her, like kind of like a anthology show, I thought. Like where she was going to be like the announcer and tell
Over
like different
post, yeah,
stories.
yeah.
But I think it got killed, but oh well. You know, um So how many of these on the census? I can't imagine it being very high.
Um, no, I mean Atom 19, so 150.
Wow.
That's
Can you
low.
that's a pretty low census.
I think this is because people just don't get, it's
Don't
not been
don't
a
get it
valuable
graded.
enough, it's not been a valuable enough comic to get it slabbed, has it?
That's true. I mean, at the 300 mark, it would have been worthy of getting graded.
Yeah.
At the $150 mark, you'd
Mm,
have to have a nice copy. You'd have to have a nice copy.
yeah.
And I don't think there would be that many nice copies of this book, still out there, right?
Yeah, I think there will be a lot out there. I mean, I've got a raw copy, so there's one at least.
Well, but is it a high grade?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's probably like
Okay.
this, probably about 6.5, 7.0, something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think mine's like a 5 or 6. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
as I said, there's one currently on eBay for sale off a guy I buy quite a lot of comics at. I think he's selling it for like £6. So
oh, wow. That's really cheap.
yeah, it is cheap. Yeah.
You might want to pick that up
I've
if it's a
got
nice.
it's like he puts things on. Puts things on. He does 9-day auctions. So I think it's on day 3 at the moment of 9 days.
Oh, okay.
I wait.
That's
I wait until the last 20 seconds and go and snipe them.
okay. So that to me, like when you say that, I was thinking, oh wow, $6 for for a major key like this. But that's like the last 5 seconds, it goes up to some crazy number. I've seen
Yeah,
it like
he
literally be
does.
at like,
They don't though. I've bought a load of stuff off him, and
well,
he's
I've
on.
seen people miss the bid on it, but like myself. But I've seen ones where it's literally like under $10, and
Yeah,
then at the last 5 seconds, it goes up to $200-300.
yeah,
So it's like it's like, oh my
boom.
goodness, what's going on?
Yeah,
So okay, so yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was so. That's the first of this sort of set that I was looking at, but we'll look at the next one later. This one is kind of a key for me more than anyone else, probably. I really like Super Pets. And this is Adventure Comics. I forgot what issue number actually.
200 and something.
200 and something.
293.
293. I had to,
Oh, first appearance of
That's
Comet Super Horse
yeah, Comet's a Super Horse.
and the
And
Legion
it's
of
also,
Super Pets.
yeah, Legion of Super Pets. That's the big one. This was a big key for a little while when the movie was coming out. The
Yeah,
Legion of Super Pets
yeah,
movie.
yeah,
It wasn't actually a bad movie. I think it got, didn't get the love it deserved.
yeah. It sort of came and went without anybody really noticing.
Yeah. But this is kind of a major key. I mean, oh wow, Lex Luthor becomes Bizarro in this issue too.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, and we get Monel, Jaxa, and General Zod appearance.
Wow.
Lots,
So a
lots
whole bunch of
going on
stuff.
here. And the Legion of Super Traitors.
Yeah. So lots of stuff happening in this one book.
I think I've got this, Alan. I didn't realize this was a key.
Oh really? I have this because I collect Super Pets, right?
Yeah, no, I think I've got this by accident. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Now you're like, oh, I gotta find this.
I do. I had not realized this was a key.
Yeah,
I
it's
think I
one
got
that you
this in a
wouldn't
lot of
expect.
comics, in one of the lots of comics that I bought about a month ago. It's just sat in raw condition in the box because I
Well,
recognize this cover with them.
yeah, I mean it's a very unique cover. And the funny thing is it really doesn't make you think Super Pets.
No, I
It
mean,
doesn't like it's the least super petty kind of cover
it
ever.
doesn't even mention them anyway, does it? It doesn't say anything.
No. Isn't that weird?
I've definitely got that. I did not realize that was a key.
Yeah. I think this actually went for a good price. It's a 7.5 and it sold for 149, I believe.
It sold for 159 for 7.5.
59.
That's a pretty good
That
price.
seems like a really good price. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is way down.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is one of those books that not because of COVID, but because of the movie, it had gone up.
We
So
just
that's
this will
probably
be
the
the
code.
movie. This will be the movie here, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
22, I think. So there's COVID peak. There's the movie peak, and it's about half the price from then. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's kind of a shame because this is it's like one of those under the radar keys, right? Like if you were collecting super pets, you would know it, but not many people
Well, as I
collect
said,
super
I
pets.
think I've got this, and it's just sat in a box raw. I just recognised the cover,
Yeah.
but I didn't
So
realise the key.
what's the census on this one?
Let's have a
So this
look.
is down half. It actually looks like it's back to the previous trend line, by the way.
Yeah, 177 of them.
Yeah, see, I mean, these books are quite rare. I
Yeah.
mean, this is one again, you're right, that they wouldn't get it graded
No.
necessarily because there's just not enough value there, but
Yeah.
it is it is a major key. There was actually a site that you can go to where you can check how many are getting graded,
Yeah, you
right?
told me about this. Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things that I like to see is you can almost sort of predict how hot a comic is by how many books are getting graded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think if you looked probably at the census like back in that 2021, 2022 era, you'd probably see lots getting graded.
Yeah.
And then after things kind of cool down, it's probably like slowed down to almost none getting graded anymore.
Well, there's no 9/8 of this, Alan.
I know.
Only two, only three 9/6s.
Yeah, it's a hard. I mean, it's well when you only have a census of 100 and something, you know.
Oh, interesting. And mine is not a
Yeah,
9/8. It's going to be mid-grade, I think.
yeah, mine too.
Nice.
I think mine's on and mine's raw copy as well.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go and dig that out after the show now and
Yeah, you're gonna be all excited.
I put it in. I don't think it's
Super
even.
pets.
I don't think mine's even in a bag and board. I'll have to go and rescue it.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Okay. This one's beauty. I've still
I
not.
always if I see this one, I just put it on the list because I love it.
Yeah.
I love this.
I still haven't got one of these.
Really,
I
it's like one of the best
I know.
good girl art
I know.
covers.
I know.
And this is Scott Pike is the artist.
Yeah. It says Pike on it. That's not him
So,
incorrectly identifying a fish.
no, there are fish called pikes, but
There are, exactly. That's why
um,
just somebody could have written Pike on it thinking that was a pike.
but this is the first appearance of Dolphin, and it's just a beautiful good girl art cover. I mean, look at her legs go for like
Gone forever.
half the cover.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, it's a beauty. I still haven't got one.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a
I might
beautiful
have been
comic.
wise because I think this has come down in price, Alan.
Oh, this is one of the ones again during COVID was hot. So it's 252. I think that's really good price
No,
for the
so do
grade.
I. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it has come way down.
Yeah, it's a shame. Such a
There's the
great book.
COVID
There
peak,
was
531. What did that just
there
sell?
was a couple of things.
252. Yeah, so it's half.
So when they made the Aquaman movie,
Yeah.
there was some rumor that Dolphin was going to be in it.
Okay.
And that she might be the love interest instead of Mara for for Aquaman. So that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Spoiler alert. That didn't happen. So yeah, so this one didn't do so well as a result. But still I think people should just pick it up just for that cover.
Yeah,
Just
no, this
it's
is
such a
definitely on
beautiful
my.
cover.
It's reminded me I need to pick this up. I did. Now it's
Mhm.
half what it was at COVID peak. I think.
Great time to pick it up. I picked it up probably nearer to that peak.
Okay.
And I picked up a mid grade because I thought, oh wow, this is such a pricey book.
Yeah, I mean, one sold here for 178. Only a week or two ago. If I can see one of these at 178, I'm definitely in the market for it. I mean,
Mhm.
even before COVID, I mean, these prices with that 178, you have to, yeah, okay, so you have to
Yep.
go back to 2020 No, yeah,
Wow.
2019 before you get back to that, that sort of level. So yeah, yeah, I'm definitely in the market for one of these. So if anybody's got one out there and they want to sell $170 for a 7.5, you've got yourself a buyer.
And what's the census count on this one?
Let's have a look. 510.
Not that many. I mean, obviously a bit more than the previous books, but
I mean, can you name any other cover by J. Scott Pike?
oh yes. So if you one of my Golden Age lists, he did a romance cover, and even at a 1.0, it goes for like
Oh,
$4,000.
okay, so he's a Golden Age artist.
He's known for a few covers that are just phenomenal,
Okay,
and this is one of them.
right.
So yeah.
Oh, he was also
So
responsible for the script.
yeah, so it's his character.
Yeah.
He created Dolphin.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Interesting. There we go. Right. Katie Keene.
so this is Katie Keene number 60, I believe.
Yes.
And
There must
and it's
62.
62. I knew it was 60 something. It's this is the last issue of the Katie Keene run. And it's a Robbie the Robot cover too. So there's a couple minor key there. It's just a cool good girl art cover and comic.
Yeah, it says Forbidden Planet movie poster homage cover, last issue, cover and
Mm-hmm.
art, Bill Wogan.
Woogan. I think it's pronounced Woogan.
Wogan. Nice cover. I do like the cover. I've never seen that
Oh
before.
yeah, yeah. It's real. I
It's a
have a
real
copy of this one.
standout cover, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's a fun cover. It's like that typical robot carrying the girl off
Yeah.
cover. It's very a little bit reminiscent of Alex Schomburg's Startling 49. With the Bender cover
Yeah.
and the girls getting carried off. This is a pretty common trope though, with the robot going crazy and stealing the girl.
Okay. And it is CBCS, not CGC.
Yeah, so that and it went for 432.
Yes. Now then, Alan. I've actually had to put up the CGC graph here because that
There's
was the only
no.
sale on CBCS.
And what would a CGC copy go for?
So the last CGC copy of this in 2019 went for
Mhm.
955.
Oof,
But that's 5 years ago.
5 years ago, and this is half that,
Yes. Now,
a
whether
little bit
that's
more
just
than half.
because, um, I mean, that could be an outlier sale because if you go back to the previous,
Yeah, no, it looks like a massive outlier sale.
yeah, you got 400 and 450 there. And then this one here suddenly,
I didn't like. I think mine's a similar grade. I think I paid 100 or 200 for it. So I think that was a massive outlier sale.
yeah.
Um. So yeah. So okay. So what was the price at the beginning there? That first little dot before the spike.
That was for 395.
395. So I think that's an outlier sale. I'm going to just assume that's an outlier sale.
Yeah.
And usually CBCS ones go for about 20% less.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is still a strong sale. Yeah, I think somebody overpaid. Um,
It wasn't in COVID either.
yeah, I mean it's a cool cover. And it's one that you don't see that often. I mean, if you
I've
you know
never
the
seen it
last
before.
sale,
That's the first time I've ever seen that one.
yeah, it's not an easy book to find.
Oh, how many of them are there? But there's not many. 49.
Yeah, so that gives you a sense. And like just the fact that it hasn't sold for 5 years
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of gives you the sense that, oh, okay, somebody might overpay when the opportunity comes up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because you've just never seen it. Well,
Hmm.
You
And
know,
was that a buy it now, or what was the
there
what
was
was the sale?
fixed price on eBay.
See, that's again, you're gonna get way overpay on those fixed price ones.
Yeah.
People probably, they had nothing to compare it to, so they just said, "Oh, it must be a good price."
Yeah.
But in a way, that shows the potential for this book. So yeah,
Yes.
just
Somebody was happy to pay nearly $1,000 for it in a 4.5.
yeah, it's
Right.
crazy. I
Okay.
think mine's actually a 6.5. I think this is a 6.5.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, sorry, 6.5. Yeah.
yeah,
6.5. Yeah, sorry, not
yeah,
4.5.
yeah. Okay, and do we have one more?
We do.
Okay,
Journey into Mystery.
so on my Friday show, I was talking with Stephen and Matt, and we were talking about the series. What was the series? Something space, the mystery in space, or the one with Adam Strange.
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mysteries, but yeah.
Um, and that and I was talking about different titles, how they changed from being whatever, like Journey into Mystery became Doctor Strange later on, right?
Right.
And certain titles became like they went from being horror or sci-fi into being something different,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Um, and Marvel did that a lot. There was a
Yeah.
bunch of them, like Tales to Astonish
Oh,
became like,
yeah. They did it regularly, didn't they?
yeah. And actually, Journey into Mystery actually became both Doctor Strange and Thor.
Yeah.
It kind of became two things. Um, so there's a bunch like that. So Journey into Mystery, I like seeing these books where it is before the superhero gets into them.
Oh, this is quite a long way before. This is 1959, so
Yeah, and this shows you
oh,
that at the time Marvel was not thinking about superheroes. It
nope.
was thinking about like, um I don't know why it went really into monsters and horror and sci-fi, and it went like that way when when the market was kind of down for those things in a way. You had the golden age crashing, right? Where EC was, sort of dominating with those kind of genres. And then the code comes into play, and Marvel sort of continues on with those titles, those kind of sci-fi horror and monster titles. It's weird that they did that. We're able to do that actually. So yeah,
Mm,
but I thought this was a cool one.
yeah. This is a really great cover. I really like this. And I'm not again, I
Hmm.
haven't seen this before. The little green men from outer space,
Yeah, it's cool.
keeping humans captive, little Kirby men.
Little Kirby men, yeah, very Kirby-esque.
Uh,
Um, and a lot of detail to this one actually. Um, the other thing that's interesting about a lot of these early Journey into Mysteries and
oh, they're
different
not Kirby
anthology
men,
books.
they're Ditko men.
Oh, did go. Oh, okay. So yeah, so then other
No, it's Joe
interesting things.
Sinnott. The artwork, the cover art is Joe Sinnott.
Oh, really, I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay.
Very Kirby-like.
Yeah, the guys in the globe,
Yeah.
definitely. But yeah, so what I was just about to say is that there's a lot of prototype characters in these early Journey into Mysteries. Like you'll get the first Doctor Doom, first Professor X, kind of like prototype characters. Even
Hmm.
uh, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't realize this was a Joe Sinnott.
So
Um,
this character a prototype of then.
I have no idea. Some green dude. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think he is.
Right. It didn't make it beyond this incarnation. Right. Okay,
Yeah.
very interesting. Let's have a look
So
at
six
this.
five.
480 for a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that's good or bad. It's so.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of recovering.
Oh no,
Actually, it
sorry,
looks like it's
that
above.
one, this one hasn't been put on there. This sold for how much? 480. Oh, yes, it has. Yeah, yeah, that's it there. Yeah. Okay, so it's recovered a bit.
No, it looks like it actually is a new record because if you go back to that blue line way back
Oh yeah,
when,
it is actually a actual record if you ignore inflation. Yeah,
yeah,
it is. It's never sold for that price higher than that price before. So that is a record. Yeah, you're right.
so that's a record. So I think partly the reason for that is these don't sell that often, first of all,
No.
and so they didn't have that COVID effect,
Well,
and it's
3 copies have sold in 7 years.
yeah,
And
it's not that
there's
often.
only 40 on the census.
Yeah. I mean, these early Marvel Monster and whatever books, they really haven't been getting the love that they deserve. I think collectors are moving towards them though. Um, there is a shift where, they're people are kind of realizing
They're a
that
bit
they're
odd
quite hard
though,
to
Alan.
find.
I mean, I collect Bronze Age horror. Uh,
Hmm.
and if you start saying, well, what silver? There isn't any silver. There's virtually no Silver Age horror. There are a few
No.
monster titles. There's a lot of science fiction-y stuff like this,
Hmm.
but there's virtually no horror at all.
Oh
Right
yeah.
to about 1968, 1969.
Yeah, I mean they were very scared of horror because horror was the thing that was most impacted by the
Yeah,
by the Comic Code Authority.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean you would expect you expect them to be kind of paranoid. They just don't want to put all that effort into something that's going to get blocked. But this one, um I just think it's like underrated,
I mean, look
these
at the
early ones.
list of artists on this: Joe Sinnott, Jack Davis, Steve Ditko, Bob Forgione, Don Heck, Matt Baker, Marie Severin.
So Matt Baker is in this too.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, I wouldn't have expected that in this
yeah.
title.
It's there he is. He's on the artist list. Because this would have been a bunch of little stories, wouldn't it? You'd have got 3 or 4 stories in here.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. I mean, that makes it actually even more interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. See, you learn something new every day. So that's the first 5. The
Okay.
next 5 are on your channel, where we're going to be looking at these are pairings. So there's on your channel, I'm going to actually show the other bookend of these of these ones where it kind of makes sense. So you got to go over there to see what is the pairing of, like, what did I
Yes,
pair
right.
these
So,
to?
Alan's viewers, you are a very peculiar lot. So 2 weeks ago, I
Mhm,
got about 200 views on my Monday night price variance show. Last
mhm.
week, I got 50. So
Oh
100,
no.
150 of you disappeared somewhere last week. I don't know where you went.
Actually, last week did well on my channel.
I know it didn't do well at all on my channel. I don't know whether it's because of what I name it or the thumbnail I put up, or I don't know what it.
Yeah, I always just put the worst thumbnails up too. Like my effort level on the thumbnails is like really, really low. It's like whatever YouTube says this is the thumbnail, that's the thumbnail.
I did do it the day after I did my video about the London Comic Mart, which got about 600 views. So whether my London Comic Mart video
Overshadowed.
pulled people away from my price variance video, I don't know.
That'd be weird. I
Very
don't know. That's very strange. Okay. Well, hopefully the viewers that are watching this video right now will go over. The link is in the description. Just go over to Suddenly Comics. It's right over there in that space over there. Go over there and click it. But yeah, that's very disappointing. Okay, bye everyone. Go over to
bye.
Mark's channel. Bye.